I don't know if we can put that in.
Hey guys, welcome back to DVD Extras. Thank you for checking in on this Friday. I hope you checked out our last episode on Friday, or last episode on Wednesday. I fucked that up. But this episode, we're joined by Rob, who was our background guest on last episode, who was helping focus camera and produce the entire episode. But now he has a mic, kind of.
You can just give it to Rob too. I'm cool.
So hey guys,
hello.
How are you? How'd you feel about that episode? Was it good? It was their first podcast.
Yeah,
you should ask Rob actually what he thinks about it.
Rob.
Rob, what do you think, Rob?
Oh, you guys are getting fucking.
I mean,
canceled.
sitting on the other side of the camera, it was kind of hard to hold my tongue because it was pretty interesting to like just hear you guys engage with the conversations, and as random as they were, there was like, damn, I could relate to some of that, especially the whole Latina thing. I was like,
word.
You know some Latinas.
Thanks, fucking Ben.
Yeah.
I didn't say anything.
Ben's a misogynist. No.
I'm kidding. Stop it. They're going to cancel me.
That's getting beeped. Right, G? You're beeping that out?
Follow him on Instagram at Ben.
Please book me. I'm broke.
Ben's really cool. He's really nice. Sometimes.
But yeah, so thank you guys for coming to this week's.
Ben likes bad bitches. That's his fucking problem. Yeah.
Bad bitches only.
They're not lying. Yeah.
His Hinge profile is.
You cannot say, no, we cannot go there. We're not going there. Fuck. I mean. All right, Rob.
Yeah, so Rob, welcome. We'll get you on a real podcast, but also welcome to DVD Extras. So you're on the extras. How's that feel to be extra?
hella extra.
You're like at the back
There
of
you
the bus
go.
right now.
There you go. Oh, I thought you guys were talking. I thought you guys were talking. Yeah, I guess I'm leading the episode because G refused to talk to the microphone because I yelled at him.
Oh no, we're sharing a mic, so you got to do all the talking if we're sharing a mic.
But anyway, yeah, so how'd you guys feel about that episode? So we talked about Ben's subject, which was very...
2003.
No, that subject was fine. It was cool. I mean, I get, we're all, unfortunately, we're all men here. We need to have a woman besides Lizzie come on this podcast for sure. But
that's very true.
No, I mean, I get it. Like, I think sometimes when you kind of like see, when you really invest into people, sometimes you kind of see like, oh, they're this or they're that, and you kind of see like that trait. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, I don't think you can generalize every single person from that culture that way. But you know what? First impressions do say a lot for how you kind of why you don't want to do that again, kind of thing.
I mean, like, sadly, stereotypes are very much based on first impressions.
They are, unfortunately.
Well,
experiences for sure.
Yeah. Well, I guess with that being said, like, what was your worst first impression? Not necessarily on a date, but just in general. Like, you're getting a job, you're meeting someone at a bar, literally any scenario you can think of. What was your worst first impression? Let's go, Ben.
I went last time with the hot topics. So
Okay. I guess you're getting the hot top this time.
I get the typical.
But that's what I'm not saying. Like, it doesn't have to be a date. It doesn't have to be anything specifically. Right. But like, when you interviewed for a job and you're like, yo, this job's fucking weird.
There's a specific tone that I hear once in a while. It's like a vocal fry. It's like a, oh my God, like that Valley Girl type of view.
Yeah.
So sometimes I'm like, whoa, like that's real.
Okay.
Not much to say about that.
Yeah, it's like you're not going to go into details on that?
As the kids say less.
Yeah, right. Say less. Yeah.
Yeah, you're not going to go into any details on that? Or?
It's real. It exists. You'll hear it when you hear it.
Yeah. I guess, like, I have a very large range of bad first impressions because it literally just...
Because Chris hates everyone.
Chris is a hater?
So
Chris hates everything.
So when Chris like sees someone, he's just like, I hate that person.
Are you
so
a defined hater?
Pretty much, dude.
Hate.
I pretty much hate everything all the time.
He called, what is
like
it?
The hater's ball type of like.
Yeah.
He called his neighbors who were drug dealing just because they were making more money than him. hate.
Yeah. But yeah. So I guess on that note, it's like, it was like an older person, and it was like in a very influential role per se, and they were just saying ideas like, "Hey, we're doing this event, so let's do this event." I'm like, "Okay, cool. I can get down on that. Let's do it." And then the more it is, it's like they have no idea what the fuck's going on.
Oh, for real?
So there's like, hey, we're doing an event. Oh, well, I'm deviating this to you. You're getting this. You're getting that. You're getting this. I'm like, what are you doing?
So like everyone,
You're literally not doing anything. You're literally not doing anything. Yeah. So I've had some very, very interesting first impressions by a lot of influential people that are in charge of a lot of shit that apparently don't do anything.
Word.
So it's very, very interesting.
Wait, define influential. Like,
Oh wait,
like community members.
Oh.
Weird.
Yeah. Okay. So it's not necessarily community members, but it's more so like they're in charge of events specifically in Greeley, and the more you learn about these events, the more you're like, yo, you don't do a goddamn thing.
Dang.
Yeah, and G knows exactly what I'm talking about because
I have no idea what you're talking
She's like disclaimer. I'm on my
Yeah.
career.
He's signed a
I
lot.
can't hear you.
yeah, it's not how it works. But yeah, so it's like that kind of thing. So like the first impressions I get with a lot of people are like,
So they make other
you think you're big shit, and you ain't shit.
All right. Fuck that. Fuck all this.
like the hometown hero.
You're talking about your Thanksgiving shit. Weren't you want to talk about your turkey or some shit like that?
Oh, I mean, we can talk about that.
I'm gonna talk about the turkey instead.
Oh, we going to
instead
that-
of
are we going to that now?
first impressions Towards all that shit.
Yeah, I mean, my first impressions with the conversation we just had on Wednesday, 3 days ago or whatever. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about, and you're trying to challenge me on a turkey
Oh
off.
shit!
No, you said turkey, right?
Yeah, I'm saying you're trying to challenge me on a turkey
Y'all
off.
fighting about turkey?
No, I'm just saying. I mean, it was something about the way he prepared. No, what was it? It was
We were talking about a traditional Thanksgiving dinner,
Yeah.
and I was like, yeah, I don't know if G can cook, kind of thing, and you're like, I can cook, and I'm like, I don't know about that.
No, I make
That was
I make
big-
a bomb ass turkey.
Yeah, and I make
like
a
the-
bomber ass
That's
turkey.
like the one ass meal that I gave a shit about.
Y'all ever seen MasterChef? We gotta test it like that.
I mean, we can totally no.
We gotta find the biggest issue.
No. Hold on. You said Master Chef. I believe you meant Iron Chef.
Iron Chef? No.
I'm
No,
pretty
No,
sure
no.
Master
You know
I
what?
like this shit talking. It's fucking droll.
Hold. Iron Chef is where you get the ingredients day of,
You're right.
and that's what needs to happen.
So like you're like Chef Morimoto. I
Yeah,
watch a lot of cooking shows, bro.
yeah. I
right.
will Iron Chef the shit out of G. He has no idea what he's trying to pretend to be good at.
And what does the challenger say?
I didn't think it was a challenge. It's something about turkeys and shit like that. I said we should both make a turkey. I was like, I can make the turkey. He's like, no, I'll make the turkey. I was like, sorry, cool.
No, I said I'll make the turkey, and you're like, no, I'll make the turkey.
Yeah,
Can
I
y'all
like my
collab on the turkey?
But then you're like, let's both make turkeys, and mine's better than yours.
This
I
stuff.
didn't say that. I said let's find out.
That's-
This is
That's
less
what you
about
implied.
giving thanks
That's
and
what you
more
implied.
like giving shit.
Yeah, so now it's
Listen, man, I'm not one to just say like, oh, I'm the best fucking cook. I don't cook as often, but when it comes to Thanksgiving, I like the way I make my turkey. That's all I'm saying.
that's what I'm saying. Like,
You know what this feels like? At the beginning of a UFC match, like where they
hey,
On a press conference?
This feels like the weigh-ins. I feel like I'm at a weigh-in right now.
well, it's
I'm
like
defeated.
I'm not saying that my turkey is better than Chris's. I'm just saying I make a good turkey. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, this feels like,
like-
a weigh-in.
it's like, yo, listen to me, yo. G's standing over here like he could make a better turkey, but I'm the guy that makes the fucking turkey. But he's sitting here like his turkey is better than my turkey. But let me give you one note, G. G, look at me in the eyes, G. Let me give you one fucking note, G. It's called a turkey brine. Let me tell you what, G. I'm making a turkey fucking brine, G. That's how my turkey's gonna be better than your G. Tell me how your turkey's better than mine, G. Let's go. Tell me, G. How is your turkey better than mine? Let's fucking go.
You know what's funny? You know what's funny is that he went. You were talking UFC, right?
Yeah.
He went to his wrestling voice. You know what's funny about wrestling? It's fake.
Oh shit!
No, that was definitely
So just saying.
that was definitely a UFC like face
That
off
was definitely
voice.
that was definitely wrestling.
I'm definitely Bruce
You,
Buffer.
you sounded like the Rock who wasn't lifting weights that was just trying to become a wrestler. That's what you sounded like.
Damn, he called you the pebble.
I called you the fucking pebble.
I just want to point out. G did not have a comeback.
Don't need to.
That's what I'm saying. I called him out.
So if you guys go
He
to
had
pay-per-view,
nothing. He had nothing.
I pay for this. You know?
We're taking this to pay-per-view, G.
I'm saying no UFC wrestler gets that close to the mic pregame. Just saying.
That's not true. You haven't watched a lot of weigh-ins.
You've watched a lot of wrestling, apparently, is what I'm saying.
No, I've watched a lot of weigh-ins. That's the only thing I
lot of
watch in
wrestling, too.
UFC. I literally only watch the weigh-ins.
I'm gonna start calling you the Pebble. That's definitely your new nickname,
That's fine.
Chris the Pebble Arias.
That's fine. And I'll call you G that sucks at cooking turkey.
That's fine.
Astorga.
That's cool.
oh, shit. All
I never said I was good at it. So.
right, let's make sure you guys are in the right weight class right now. Take your shirt.
Nah, bro.
I'm ultra heavy. He's more like Fethy.
All right, take your shirt off.
Stop trying to gatekeep us, man. We're not gonna do what you want.
We need
I'm
to figure
saying.
this out.
I think he's trying to get us to try out for Pornhub.
So is that a yes or?
This is that premium membership.
Bring out your toe.
Yeah, bring out
So
your
we're gonna have a Thanksgiving dinner cook-off or not?
No, because Thanksgiving was about giving thanks, not fucking cooking off. If you want to make the turkey, make the turkey. I don't give a shit.
Oh shit!
And ladies and gentlemen, that's how you know G's full of shit, and Chris is the actual winner.
Again, that's not UFC. I'm
Fucking Bruce Buffer over here.
I'm just saying, you already lost before you started.
What's your walkout music? I don't know if you can do that.
So I think his walking music's more like.
And his name is John C.
That might be illegal, actually. Like you might get sued for that.
Not even put Juan instead of John.
Juan Cena.
And his name is Juan Cena.
He just said.
Pero like.
Which one?
Yeah. I'm just saying, I was super down for Friendsgiving, and now G's making a competition, and he's
Now
gonna
became UFC
fucking lose.
195.
I'm not trying to come and have some good turkey. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm down for good turkey, but this became a UFC fight.
Yeah, I'm just saying, who do you want to cook the turkey?
I think we
Me?
should cover y'all in baby oil and y'all should fight it out.
You know what? You ain't worth my time fighting for, so you can just cook it. It's
Oh
fine. It's
shit!
I got bigger fish to fry than
Your
just
wife
turkeys.
is in me DMs.
I'll fucking fry fish too, bro.
You should.
I'll make a Thanksgiving turkey and fried fish.
Damn.
I mean, a word. Okay, yeah, that works.
I think he's giving up. I think I win.
I think it's like a conference.
Am I the problem? Am I the problem here?
No, I just don't give a shit. I just want to have a Friendsgiving. That's all I want.
Yeah, and I want a Friendsgiving with good turkey, so that's
seen
what I
Chris
want.
enough
Yeah,
times to
that-
know which one's gonna win.
And Chris can make the turkey if he wants. That's where I'm at. I'll make as long as I get the mashed potatoes.
So you guys down with a tequila cilantro turkey?
I'm just
Tequila cilantro?
I'm just
Yeah.
telling you, we should.
Add some lime to that, and that sounds.
Well, I mean,
that sounds
lime was
good.
implied.
What if
Yeah,
we did, what if we
that
did like
was
a
a lot.
Friendsgiving where we just actually just like fucking brined everything?
What if
in
like
different
Ben and I
flavors?
brought like the most like random like?
It's like
Oh, yeah.
we
Are
make
you
a
guys-
malort. We make a malort like chicken. I guess I don't make like small turkeys.
Like, what if we
we
brought
tried
you like
literally
that
like
fetus
every
egg?
liquor just to make that shit happen.
The balut?
Balut?
Yeah, what if
Yo.
we brought y'all like balut?
Have you guys tried exotic foods before? Like,
I mean,
essence,
what's the weirdest food y'all have?
Yeah.
Barbacoa, yeah, fuck yeah,
Barbacoa?
yeah.
Yeah,
Shit. That's exotic,
dude,
right?
bro, like there's chicharrones, bro.
Y'all had like
That's
fetal
fucking
duck
pig
egg?
intestine. Like,
Y'all have fetal duck egg?
Yeah.
Y'all
I've actually had that.
for real?
Yeah,
What'd you
and
think?
you had to
What'd you
like
think?
crack the thing, and
Yeah.
then
And then the bird's like, "What's up, cuh?"
I was like, and I was like, ooh, this is tender.
Yeah. And you go because of feathers.
Just a little bit, just a little bit. There was some eggshell in there too, or
Oh.
duck shell. But I was
Yeah,
like,
that's your fault.
yeah, no. I 100%, I 100% agree. It was my fault, but I was just too excited. I'm like, ooh, but yeah, no, we should have the turkey off should be who's can cook the best Malort turkey.
Yeah, we'll go for 3 rounds, 5 minutes.
win that, dude. What the fuck?
That's what it is. That's what I'm saying, man.
Get
Who
a
can
sponsorship
cook
like
the
Continental
best
or
Malort?
Michelin or something like that.
Like a Michelin star?
No, you have to get sponsored by Malort.
Yeah, that'd be the best.
It's fucking raw.
I think we should do every type of liquor possible. So we have like little chickens and turkeys.
Dude, that's so much work.
I think I need to drink a lot of water before I go to this party.
or eat before.
Yeah.
The alcohol isn't really in like the turkey after that. It's just more.
It's all cooked.
Yeah, it's all cooked in.
It's all cooked
yeah.
in. Yeah, you're right.
But I just don't know how a Malort turkey would.
Well,
turn
Ben and I
out.
are going to bring a NyQuil.
Well, Ben might like it.
I
Well,
mean, the
Ben-
rice, rye, moonshine.
Oh
The little
mushroom.
That's
Oh,
fine.
shit. Was that in the budget?
Yep.
Okay. Y'all plan for everything. I like it.
Y'all keep on talking. I'm gonna clean that up.
But yeah, so
Wait, is this the actual podcast or like the
yeah, no,
DVD?
We're on the DVD.
Y'all got DVDs though. That's crazy to me.
We don't actually have DVDs. It's called DVD Extra because the whole concept of, and she's probably just completely in front of the camera. Nope. Yeah, a little bit. But
Gee,
yeah,
if you shake some ass, we'll get like extra views.
Yeah, I get that.
but the whole concept of DVD Extra is like, you know, when you buy a DVD, like the movie is good, but you're more
Like the special
excited.
features, right?
Yeah, the special
yeah.
features.
Lord of the Rings.
There you go. You fucking nailed it. And
Fucking
yes,
tours at the special features. Like you click right.
yeah. And so yeah, the whole concept is like, yeah, it's more so that it's like an extra content that you're excited for.
Oh.
So that's why we call this DVD Extras, because we have the regular podcast where we go by the rules that we arbitrarily established, but then the DVD Extras are just whatever we want to fucking do.
Did y'all have a guess where you're like, I can't post this DVD extra?
Not yet, but we had a guest, like our
Did
very
you want one?
well, see, but the problem is it's not on us, it's on the guest.
I see. That's a good problem.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a
So,
good
but
problem
we
to have.
we did have a guest. We did have a guest. We had a very cool topic, and then for some reason, the entire episode got corrupted. So
Corrupted how? Like,
I think we posted his regular one, but the DVD extras just got completely
like
fucked.
file it got corrupted. Like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
He didn't say some weird shit like Trump's America now.
Yeah, it's not even that he said some weird shit. He had actually really good concepts. So he wanted to do like a speed round. So he was like, hey guys, I'm going to take over DVD extras. So you have your 5 topics that we talk about for the episode. I'm going to do a 100 question speed round.
Oh.
And then it was like a yes or no kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then for some reason, his episode just got corrupted and didn't work.
Like, do you have herpes or not? And then you're like, no.
Yeah.
And then we're like, we know.
Yeah, that's pretty. Yeah, it's pretty close to kind of what the questions were. I mean, we want to do it again, but it's also been like 3 years now.
3 years?
3
Yeah,
years.
he was literally guest number.
Y'all risk
3?
COVID.
Guest number 2.
I think it was for Kim, wasn't he?
I think he might have been. Oh, there's a siren. But yeah, no, he was guest number 2.
2.
So that was episode like 12, maybe. And this is episode 109. So
109?
Oh, hell yeah.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
When's your guys' like anniversary?
Anniversary, yeah.
Talk to the mic, Nathan.
When's your anniversary?
October.
October? Y'all are y'all, gonna do
Y'all
anything
dressing
special?
up?
We don't
Yeah.
really have anniversaries. We do more.
Are y'all gonna kiss?
Let me fucking answer my question.
Well, you obviously haven't watched the episodes because we definitely kiss on an episode.
No, so we
So you have to watch all the episodes to watch us kiss.
Nice.
we celebrate every 50 episodes.
Every 50.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's pretty much how we do. We don't really have like a 1 year anniversary. I think our 50 year actually came on our
How
1
come we don't
anniversary.
celebrate?
Yeah, that
Because we're
sounds
too
right.
serious, man.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Because our 50th, we did a live stream, which was around Christmas. And then our 100th episode, we did our 100th, obviously. But that was also around Christmas. So we
That's cool.
yeah, we schedule our breaks in time via like episode length. So we came out with season 4, which welcome to season 4, guys.
Oh, dope.
Based on, it's not necessarily based on how many episodes, it's based on time of year. So however many episodes we put out in the year is when the
starts.
season break starts.
I
Yeah,
see.
yeah.
I see.
So, hot take. Did you guys have anyone on the pod that you guys are like, whoa, you guys weren't expecting? Or did you guys are like,
We're not gonna talk to you again.
yeah. Was there any of like,
There's these 2 guys named Ben and Nathan that we're just we did recently, and
I think we're friends.
I think we're done being friends with Nathan.
I think we're 50 Shades of
specifically.
Friends.
Well, I guess like with that, like
No, I'm totally kidding. Totally kidding.
I don't know if we've even had guests where we didn't like. We've had guests that it was a good episode.
I think I think here. Let me interject. Sorry.
Feel free to interrupt me like you always do.
No, by all means, I will. At least let me. No, I think what he's saying is that we've always had every single guest that we've had, we've enjoyed, but I think there's some guests that just don't know what to expect, and so that like kind of
It makes it hard.
yeah.
To like kind of.
but it's not necessarily a bad episode. And if we were to bring them back, like I think they would do a lot better because they know what to expect. So I think it's one of those things where it's kind of like it wasn't a bad episode. It just like you just knew that they were kind of like. What can I not say? They're just like overthinking like what to talk about.
Yeah, and especially like in the earlier days. So like anything
we were like that. Yeah.
anything sub like 60.
Jamal
Yeah,
Lee.
say something, Rob. Push the goddamn button.
Push the goddamn button.
But anything sub 60, like our guests didn't really know what to expect because we were a brand new podcast. Again, like no one really listens to it, but we have a lot more listeners than when we started. So
That's cool.
they were nervous. Well, we had like 200 downloads just last
I
week.
focus on growth.
so
Hey, that works, man.
it flukes enough.
Y'all do more than we do with podcasts.
Yeah,
so.
shout out to the guy from Germany. You guys said that earlier. Right?
Yeah.
Y'all are international. That's a big deal.
Yeah, that's very true.
You know who else toured international? J. Cole.
Mr. 305.
Him too.
That's good. That's good. But yeah, so like, yeah, we've had a lot of guests that like, yeah, we had their one-off episode that's been good, and we're trying to bring guests back. But now that like we've had, I don't know how many guests have we had, like 40.
No, it's like 10 or 12.
I thought it was like upwards of 30.
That's
And we're
good.
your
Yeah,
first
yeah.
dancers? We didn't even talk about dance shit.
I thought we,
Well, including repeats.
We lied to you. We lied to you guys.
Including repeats.
Our first dancer was Armando, so
Oh, that counts. Yeah,
yeah, that
He-
counts.
he's
yeah.
way better than you.
Well,
guys,
he's
so,
not.
yeah.
He's not a dancer first. These guys are dancers first.
I think dancing was his first passion, so he
It was
might
his
be a
first
dancer.
passion. He told me, yeah.
Ah, well.
And then he was like, "No, I like painting more."
And he's like, I like dancing and painting. He's like, oh, my
Yeah.
hip hurts. I'm not going to dance anymore. So I'm
Yeah,
just gonna
he
paint.
definitely said his hip hurts and his ankle rolls like every 2 seconds.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
right.
fuck.
That's fair.
Shout out to Armando, by the
Yeah.
way.
Yeah, shout out.
Love you, bro.
Shout out to Dakota because we shout him out every episode apparently.
see.
Who's Dakota?
Keep on
Well, if you watch the episodes, you'll know that Dakota is going to be the other option if G and I die.
Well, I know what the fuck I'm doing tonight.
When G and I die. So
Yeah.
so if there are any circumstance where G and or myself cannot do a podcast,
Like at the same time?
no, one or the other
One or
at
the
the same time. Ooh, that's a good question.
Y'all got a plan for this shit.
Yeah. but at any time that one of us cannot do the podcast, it will go to Dakota.
Nice.
Yeah.
What if something happens to all three of y'all?
Then
get Joe on it.
then the 59 subscribers or whatever we have will not have an episode.
Damn. You know what's crazy? Like 59 on social media doesn't sound like a lot, but in person, if 59 people were like, "Hey, I listen to you," that sounds crazy, right?
Yeah. That's a lot of people in the room. That's a lot of people in the room. But like, yeah, it's weird because like we were pushing our YouTube more than our like Spotify or
Follow their
audio-
Spotify.
Yeah, audio platforms. Thanks, man.
Yeah, I got you.
But yeah. So we're pushing YouTube more than our audio platforms.
Right.
But then YouTube is like catching up. So we get maybe 40, 50 views a week.
Okay.
That's good.
Yeah. So, it's not too bad.
Yeah.
It's probably higher than that because I think we get almost 20 an episode and we do 4 episodes a week. But sometimes it's like 3 an episode.
Well, since
so-
no one knows who the fuck we are, you're probably gonna get like 12.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. But then on our like Spotify and stuff, we were getting like upwards of like 70 to 80
Oh, that's tight.
like views a week. And so like collectively we're like 100 almost 200, views.
Is that crazy? Like 80 people listen to y'all. Is that
Dude,
crazy?
that's wild. That's so
Yeah.
wild.
Yeah.
But now, like last week, we got 150 downloads
150 downloads.
just on like Spotify and all the digital platforms, and that's not including like our YouTube or anything. So we probably got 200 ish a week, and that's just wild. Because like that's so many fucking people that don't give a shit on what we're saying.
Did you guys have like a hot topic that you guys spoke?
I don't think so. I don't think so at all.
Yeah, there was this one topic where we talked about ranking women in their ethnicity, so there's that one for sure.
Yeah, that's new.
Oh wait, no, that was this week. That was this week.
I don't know
I
that
feel like
one,
whoever
yeah.
asked that was a sex haver.
Yeah, I don't think I like that person
Like
either.
an avid
Yeah.
sex haver.
I was about to say the Asian tiger was, but I don't think that counts.
Yeah. No, that counts.
Isn't the Asian Tiger Woods just Tiger Woods?
Yeah, 'cause that's what I'm saying.
okay,
Yeah,
okay.
Because it's also half time. Yeah,
All right,
yeah.
so
Yeah.
I came up with at least 17 people. Not like repeating episodes, but I think we have only had 17 or 20 people.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, as our special.
And we're
guests.
your first dancers. Oh, wow.
No,
Yeah.
second.
Second.
I think
Oh,
so.
well, I'm including the repeats. So
I'm not including the repeats. So
Well, I'm saying like anybody
if it
we
was
had.
repeats, then we had probably like 24.
Well, it's just, yeah.
I like
Anybody
that
repeated.
Y'all brought that
yeah,
up in
then
the
we got-
beginning, and y'all
That's
asked
a lot
us
of
like zero
good
guess shit.
Oh yeah, let's talk about dance for a quick second before
yeah.
we can close this out.
Okay, Ben's got this.
How did you, Ben? How did you get into dance?
So dancing for me was always very.
Was it always hip hop?
No, dude, I was like looking at choreography first.
Really?
So I didn't even know the difference, and then I got caught up in being a purist, and I feel like
I saw that face. A purist?
a purist.
Tell me more.
Where you're like super.
Bro was like, this isn't dance if you don't do this. I was like, God damn it, I'm moving to the beat.
Yeah, like kind of like a gatekeeper. You kind of
Yeah.
like
So what would be the equivalent?
This
like,
isn't Tchaikovsky. This isn't dance.
like if you were to do like singing or film, you're like, oh, this is the foundation. This is it. Like this is the whole.
This
truth,
is
all
this is the
truth.
way kind of shit.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah.
This is the way.
Shout out to Mandalorian.
This is the way.
You fuck with the war?
Do you fuck with the war?
Shouts a little dicky.
A little diggy for sure. So
Like
how did hip hop come
2017.
into play then at that point?
Yeah, so I think back when I started, I think 2012 when I started when I joined Machines.
Yeah. You were not a hip hop dancer when you joined Machines?
No, dude, I was
Really?
I was just looking at stuff. So I was just like looking at videos
You're looking
from
at
YouTube.
fucking all the movies, huh?
Stop.
Avid sex haver.
I felt that's gonna be my
Ben
bit.
fucks.
That's not gonna be my bit.
That's your character
that's
now,
my
bro.
character
We're
now,
making
That's
yeah.
your character
So
now.
Should Gil be generous and buy him a shirt that says that? Just to
Avid sex haver. T-shirt.
He's a sexy connoisseur.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out
It's
to
just, I'm a sexer.
So what was I'm a sexist.
No.
That's the wrong way to do it. Sorry.
I fuck. Yo, so we
Wait,
fuck.
say it.
Yo, Rob, come sit here. I have to go pee. You got the mic for the rest of this episode.
Okay, so what was like the one song that kind of like made you like say, oh, this is like I fuck with hip hop? There's got to be at least one, right?
Yeah, I would say yes and no. There was, I didn't get into the whole dance style until like I got into the dance. So I think I was just copying for what's like super famous, like America's Best Dance Crew.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's when I started getting into the whole. Why you laughing?
That's how most of us got into it.
Yeah, I mean, they
If you see an Asian person dance, it's probably because America's
no,
Best
okay,
Dancer.
but
Yeah.
let me say this real quick about all that shit is that at the end of the day, I think what's important is that these shows do matter. Like as much as we want to joke about it, like if it wasn't for Michael Jackson doing the moonwalk, on the Soul Awards or I forgot what it was. You know what? I forgot what it was, but regardless of what it was, like there was something that like actually made people go into that. So we can talk shit about as much as we want about the American. What the fuck was it called again? The
America's Best Dance Crew.
yeah, like, that shit was fucking sick.
Shout out
Dude.
to Randy Jackson.
Yo, that shit was sick, but I can imagine like seeing people that look like you like fucking killing it. You're like, that's the shit that I want to do.
Yeah, half
right?
the time they wear masks though, but yeah.
But you knew.
Yeah,
you
like,
just knew.
You know what I mean?
You felt
yeah,
it.
I think for the longest time, like I think represented, we just get categorized like, oh, he's Asian, so he's good at math. But then like nowadays, everyone's like,
Y'all
oh,
took over the hip hop dance culture so
Hip-hop,
fucking hard, dude.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. So the whole Asian thing is like, oh, it's cool to be like you're Asian because then you expect to dance.
Yeah, you guys are fucking good at dancing and fucking sneakies, dude. Y'all sneaker game is fucking insane.
Oh, dude, I don't know the sneaker culture. You know the sneaker culture?
Kinda.
Dude, Asians fucking love that shit, man. It's fucking sick. Apparently, some Asians too also like the cholo culture, which is fucking wild to me too.
Yeah, in Japan, they rep that hard.
Yeah.
Fucking wearing lokes and fucking
They're like buying Impalas
Yeah,
Shit.
dude, that's fucking sick. Honestly, they probably enjoy the culture more than we do in the sense of just like what the culture means and like not like the whole like violence aspect of it. Because with us, it's always like there's always like a violence. Like
I think
term
for
with
like
that
Asian
involved
culture
with
in
it.
general, it's so like collective focused that like you're trying to find a way to branch out, but it's so hard in like Asian countries.
Yeah,
So-
because it's like you guys are all
Yeah.
different.
Right. And we're supposed
Yeah.
to like conform to stuff, right? So for like Asian culture, if we find something different, we kind of like gravitate towards that.
Well, I think you told me too. You guys were the only culture that was like, oh, no. You guys said that Asian Americans are probly cooler
yeah.
outside of like,
Mark,
like America.
Mark
yeah.
told me that too. Yeah.
Oh, wait, what did Mark say?
So like, this is messed up, but Asian Americans, we tend to have a tendency to be like, these dudes are fobs, which is like fresh off the boat, which is messed up. And then
No, that's
Asian
like,
American.
that's like our
right?
started from the border now we're here kind
Yeah.
of shit. Yeah.
So we got like Asian Americans, which is like born here.
yeah.
And then we got like fobs, which is like comes over here, which is
Yeah.
like messed up, but it's true. Like we say that. And like that sucks.
I mean,
like,
but it's different when you
but
say
it's a
it.
different culture.
But if I were
Yeah.
to say, yo, like, or do you guys have any like fresh off the boats? That's very demeaning because you
Right.
you understand the grind and the process
yeah.
for that.
For us, we understand the cultural difference.
That's like
for
you're
sure.
saying, like, oh, like, are you like a starter from the border now we're here Mexican, or you're kind of like a,
yeah.
you know, party in the USA kind of Mexican?
Right. Which is wild, right? Like
because like we
same
could say
culture,
that, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Same culture, but like different perspectives,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So like for us, like Asian Americans, I feel like we get like a nice taste of like individual culture where we don't have to conform to our family, and then we get collective culture where we do have to like please our family a little bit.
So it's like a little give and take with all
Yeah,
that.
it is a give and take for sure. Like us two, we talk about that a lot. We're like, man, we want to pursue the arts, but our families don't like that.
You think a lot of K-pop has to, like, or not K-pop, sorry, but just like a lot of like music, just like from like the Asian culture, has a lot to do with that as well, and just being like,
Oh, for
now we see
sure.
these kiddos like doing this shit.
A lot of like Asian music now is influenced by American music, to be honest. Like,
But I think a
Western
lot of it has to do
civilization.
with like just like what you guys are doing though. Like I hope you guys take in mind that like the idea of like even Machine Remains. While I understand it's you know it's just it's you know it's a thing you guys have been working for years.
Yeah.
it is something to it's something to be like in awe of because you guys are doing it to finesse and more necessarily more for the perfection of it as compared to just like maybe a lot of people.
Yeah.
Like it'd be cool to see people that look like me doing what you guys are doing.
Okay, for sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
And so I can imagine like once that shit like leaks out to like people like outside of there, because American media is always going to be everywhere.
Right.
It's just cool to see like people that look like you to do that. So therefore, like you guys have
Yeah.
no idea the effect you guys are making on countries outside of what, you know, like what you
Yeah.
guys are living through. Because it is like those guys look like me and they're fucking wearing, you know, Air Jordans, Air Force Ones, you
Yeah.
know, the new fucking Currys, whatever that might be. I mean, there's a reason why basketball is such a like a big culture. I mean, look at Linsanity. Like Linsanity changed.
that
not
was
only-
insane.
yeah, Linsanity not only changed like the idea of basketball here in the United States, but it grew outside of here because it's like that dude looks like
Now China's like the number one consumer of basketball. So that's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know? So it's like I hope you guys take in mind, like you know, like whatever you guys are doing dance wise, like that is making more impact probably outside of here than it is here, and so
me
be proud of that shit.
personally-
Yeah, that's fucking sick.
For me personally, I had like a good taste of that. Like when Vietnamese newspapers in California started like posting about us, like our crew.
Yeah, that was
Like,
weird.
They had an
Grandma.
article, and I found out like my grandpa, who's like he has Alzheimer's, he had like the clipping of the article like hanging on his wall. I was
That's
like,
sick,
whoa,
yeah.
what the heck?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, for sure. There's no one promoting that, but then there was like a full page that were like, "Oh, that's sick." So
Yeah.
like, we do something so small, it can like impact a lot of people
yeah,
too.
Yeah, man, that's fucking cool.
to us it was just another gig too. Like
Because
other
also
people,
like
it
the
was
shit y'all do is fucking wild, man. I
Thank you.
can never do that shit. Fuck that. My body doesn't work that way.
Okay, our bodies don't work that way.
Rob, do you
We just
dance at
hurt.
all?
Actually, funny enough, I actually did.
You're a matachin or what?
No, I performed. I did competitive cheer for almost 10 years.
Oh, for real?
shit. That's sick.
Oh, what the heck?
So it was more like gymnastics, and I mean, there's still an aspect of dance and performance to it.
Yeah.
But
How much of that can you still do?
Yeah, can you show me a round off?
how big of a bottle do we have? I could probably get a little creative.
What kind of shit? Wait, we talking about the same shear? What the fuck, bro?
I mean, I bring it every time.
Hey, let's go.
But yeah, no, I mean, it was.
What's that one movie you showed me?
Oh, like that trick, you like the aerial?
No, that one movie that was like.
so okay, so what made you get into cheer? Sorry, I mean, I don't have to get
No, you're
into cheer.
I actually did as a freshman in high school. I was the mascot for our high school.
Where'd you go?
I went to Greeley West.
Go Wildcats, bro.
You know, we still 50-0.
That was such a diss. Oh my god.
You know.
We won't talk about football right now, but anyways,
Dude, I didn't play any sports. I don't give a fuck. It's
They
fine.
beat him last year.
They probably beat us this year too. It's okay.
I think they.
Wait, Chris, tap in. I gotta go to the restroom.
We're just gonna fucking play fucking podcast roulette here. I love it. All right.
WWE.
Yeah, sorry, go for it though. Yeah, so you got.
But yeah, no. So I was doing. I was the mascot for about a semester, and then kind of the team was down head count, and they were like, "Hey." There was 2 of us that did it, me and one of my good friends.
Yeah.
And they're like, hey, would you guys be interested in... At that time, we were referred to as the stunt crew. So
Gotcha.
we were the guys that just came and we tossed bitches. That
What
was
year did you graduate?
12.
12? Okay. So you went to high school the same time I did, so I probably saw you perform. But, like, I just graduated when you were a freshman, so...
Yeah, I was doing that for a while, and then, I mean, it was kind of something, like, I was always that stage fright, like, I didn't like to perform. Like,
Yeah.
I went to a magnet art school, and, like, it was just not my thing. That was just kind of what my parents wanted me to do, and then as I started performing, I enjoyed it a lot more than I thought. I even got into coaching after that, and it was just kind of something I didn't
Coaching cheer?
Yeah.
Oh, nice,
Good
nice.
friends with our buddy,
Oh, that's
we have a
sick.
buddy of ours, Dakota, who was actually he was Chip for CU.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
he's
for
a good dude, yeah.
years. Yeah.
So okay, so let me ask you this question. I guess since we're kind of going off of that, is how did you deal with kind of like the scrutiny that comes with that? Because I'm thinking about like when I was growing up and how
Yeah.
much it's like you know, I mean, the phrase is probably like, oh, that guy's cheering, he's probably fucking gay or like a fag,
It's actually-
whatever
I mean,
that might
it's-
be, right? Like,
So what's funny is the summer that me and my good friend started it was the same summer that movie Fired Up came out about the football players that go and try to hook up with all the cheerleaders at cheer camp, which was like we watched it in theaters, and then just to become cheerleaders later that season, we were like, dang, like, and I mean that stigma has always been around. I mean, I'm the type that I'd like, you know what, people are gonna talk.
Yeah.
So if I'm gonna give them a reason to talk, then we're gonna talk. And the fact that like we had the jocks and all of the little cliques that always kind of wanted to talk shit, but then we were the ones that put up and brought trophies home. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So I mean, if they're gonna talk, it was always something positive that I'd give them something to talk about. And I mean, it was
That's good for you, man.
Well,
Like,
yeah.
that's
So
not
so
easy.
on that same concept, like when I was in high school, like all of the football team like talked down on the marching band because they, you know, that's just the hierarchy of however it works.
Fucking
But
nerd.
my sophomore year, we literally made state for marching band, where the football team won like 3 games. So the football team's trying to talk shit. It's like, oh, you guys are fucking losers. You guys are nerds. I'm like, bro, we went to state. Where were you guys at?
I guess kind of the question with that too is like, how do you?
Oh, Nathan locked himself out.
Fucking nerd, I gotta- Okay, I'll ask this question. You guys answer it. Sorry, Nate. Give me a sec. How do you break the stigma of that in high school? Because I think we get it now, right? Where it's just kind of like,
Well, this
oh,
goes
you're
back.
Like,
yeah,
you're a band. Sorry, I'll let you finish.
I'll
like you're a
skip.
band nerd. You're in cheer. You play Yu-Gi-Oh. Like, it's all fucking fine now. It's like, why does it take so long to fucking feel good about what you like to do? Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, but like this goes back onto the topic that we were talking about is like what was culturally cool and then culturally uncool that is now cool now. And it's like, yeah, like I mean, we mostly talked about food because, you know, we brought weird food or whatever the fuck it was. But now it's like, yeah, it's you were a nerd, you played Yu-Gi-Oh, you did this, you did that. It was all kinds of stuff. And then now it's like, yo, being a fucking nerd is the coolest thing you can do. Oh, you like comic books? Oh, cool. Guess what? You're the #1 cool guy in the class, but you're also the varsity quarterback. Like, it's just that weird contradiction that it was when, like, we were in school where you played Yu-Gi-Oh, liked all those comic book kind of bullshits. But now, like, that's the cool thing to do. Like, especially Pokemon, dude. Liking Pokemon in high school was the worst thing you can do because they're
social
like,
suicide.
yeah,
Yeah,
they're like
yeah.
that's a baby game. But now, man, Pokemon cards are like hundreds of dollars, and you're just like, hey, man,
A Charizard is like crazy.
yeah.
Yeah,
Dude,
like-
yeah, so we had actually a podcast. Make sure to check that out with Jory, where we're opening the new edition packs, and we happened to open a pack that has the newest like Charizard. It's not Charizard, but whatever the Pokemon it is, because I'm way behind. But yeah, the Pokemon card we pulled was like $150. So yeah, it's just wild. It's absolutely wild.
Yeah, I feel like nowadays, I think since you know how the social media is so present, everyone kind of like, oh, I can relate to that. So I think that's where it makes it kind of like the majority relates to it. But I think back then, since it was so limited, no one can show who they are. So I feel like now it's more shown in people's faces that people like stuff. I think now everyone has like a common thing that everyone likes. And like what you said, like before, like being a nerd wasn't so cool. Now everyone's like, dude, I love watching Marvel movies. I was like, dude, back then I was like,
we would have done
I was like, I was like, dude, you like that? Like, I'd be like,
Right.
I don't like it. And I get, you get the jumper, you get punked, but now you can say like so open willingly. And I feel like that's cool nowadays because before you couldn't even express that.
Well, yeah, like the like anime culture now is so wild because so many people are like, yeah, I watch anime. Like, I definitely watch anime. And back in the day, like, if you watch anime, like, you're like, well, I guess back in my day, are we doing, mine's over here. You guys,
The Force.
you guys did it without me.
Oh,
Cheers. Cheers. But yeah, like back in the day, if you liked anime, you couldn't tell anybody but your friends who also liked anime.
Yeah, it's like you're like a closeted anime person.
Like I didn't even like anime. I liked Gundam Wing, Dragon Ball Z, and then The Last Airbender. Like, so I liked anime-esque things.
Mainstream that anime kind of.
Yeah.
Gundam is dope, though.
Well, Gundam's dope. I guess I skipped one because Sailor Moon was like my shit.
Dude, I just watched that for the whole transformation. You think you're gonna see like a slip or something?
I mean, that wasn't me, but
Avid sex hammer is.
but it makes sense. It makes sense now. Cause like me in my brain, I was like, "Oh, this is good." I don't know why it's good, and you're like, "There's boobies."
Where's my stomach turning?
Yeah. So I guess that makes sense. That makes sense now. But yeah, dude, I love Sailor Moon. Like Sailor Moon was my number one at that time, like cartoon that I watched.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's just what it was. But I didn't think about it in any other way than it was a cartoon I was watching. But then as I grew older, I'm like, oh, you watch anime? I'm like, I mean, I watched Dragon Ball Z a couple times. And like, yeah, whatever, you fucking loser. I'm like, well, what do you watch? Like SpongeBob or get the fuck out. I'm like, why is there a difference, man? Like, I don't watch SpongeBob at all, but I'm a fucking loser because I watch Dragon Ball Z and Sailor Moon. But you watch SpongeBob, and that's cool. I don't know.
Sorry, I think the one thing that anime did, I'm just going to totally do this as casual as possible. The one thing that anime did, I think, is that it created storylines that kids actually enjoyed. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I remember watching Digimon and I was like distraught, like in the final first season when like.
But Digimon was barely anime.
I mean, yes, but also it still was it was more anime than I've ever watched. You know what I mean?
That's fair. That's fair.
But
That's why I say like I watch anime because I watch Dragon Ball Z and Sailor Moon.
No,
and
but yeah,
Gundam Wing,
but I think it was
which
like
were anime.
I think anime itself has they work on the storyline more than they do like the actual like art or the concept of like what's going to be like, because no matter what they do, it's going to be appealing to any kid or any person that's watching it. It's like the storyline has to be good or else no one gives a shit.
Yeah,
There's a lot of animes that have been turned into like actual cinema and you're just like, holy shit, like the anime is better. You know what I mean? And I think it's because there is more of a feel of
the storytelling's better.
Yeah. Sorry.
Like the whole Cowboy Bebop. I don't know if you guys watch Cowboy Bebop.
I watched that.
Like as the anime.
That's like a classic.
Yeah, so the anime I watched long time ago. I was like a sophomore in high school or whatever that was. And then they did the Netflix adaptation. My brain being fresh off like not watching that show for a decade.
Right.
Their adaptation, I was like, I'm not mad. This is fine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's
I was
dope.
like, this is
Yeah.
good. This is good. I love John Cho.
Yeah.
He did a great job. I was like, yo, that's a very good Spike. Like, I thought John Cho was a good Spike. But then so many people were like, this isn't the anime. And I'm like, is it? And then I rewatched a couple of first episodes of the anime. I'm like, oh, yeah, they were way off.
Yeah.
But in my brain, I haven't watched the anime in decades. Watched the live action. I was like, yo, this is a good adaptation because I haven't actively watched it in a decade.
I think for that type of stuff, you have to separate it for sure.
Yeah, but like, yeah, they canceled that anime. Like,
First season. Yeah.
dude, yeah, that anime hasn't been a thing for over a decade. So I'm just like, why are you guys mad? They're trying to bring it back. So if the live action does well, they can bring back the actual anime because that just drives interest.
Right.
Is there any live adaptation that you guys like to see, or like do you think they did well, like The Last of Us, Mortal Kombat?
I haven't watched The Last of Us, but I heard that's the best video game adaptation.
Oh, gee, you need
Talk your shit.
No. I will agree. This is just really weird to kind of just turn the mic every time. It's fine.
It's your idea, bro.
Shut up. It is. That's why it's fine. Last of Us is honestly, the adaptation is pretty awesome. I think if you take your time telling a story, it's worth it. And I think that's kind of where cinema and like streaming needs to go, is having things that are going to take their time to tell a story instead of just like, oh, here's 3 hours worth of like a scrunch up thing. That's why The Last Airbender didn't work as well. Oh, but it's also M. Night Shyamalan really fucking ruined that shit too.
I disagree. That's my hot take.
But there's also, I mean, there's an all Asian cast. There's an all Asian cast that's doing a TV series about like The Last Airbender.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I'm fucking stoked because for one, it's the culture that's doing it, but two, it's also like, it's their interpretation of what the storyline's going to be. So that's sick.
Yeah.
But also, there's been so many way more like video games that I'd rather like play and watch that storyline than actual like, movies. Like Red Dead 2. I'm telling you right now, Red Dead 2 has the greatest storyline I've ever played. It's fucking awesome.
That's a bold move, Cotton.
I'm telling you right now, dude. It like you will cry at the end of it. Like that's how good of a storyline it is.
I 100% doubt I'll cry at the end of it.
Dude. I'm telling you, it's that good. Have you guys
I will
played Red
bet
Dead?
you $100 that I will
2?
not cry.
But even Red Dead 1 was a great storyline. You know.
I will bet you $100 that I will not cry at the
I mean,
end
you probably
of Red
won't
Dead
cry,
2.
but you will feel something for sure. Like
I will bet you $100 that I won't.
The story is good. The game itself is beautiful. Like even the gameplay is really fun. Like it's
Notice
a fun
how he's not
fucking
betting
game.
me because he knows he's full of shit.
No, dude, because you'll forcibly not cry because you don't want to. It's fine. You're dead inside. I know
Take the
that.
mic away, Nathan.
He knows you're gonna like try to win.
Hey man,
You wouldn't play with an open mind. You would be like, no, I'm just not gonna cry because I'm gonna fucking win this game. So
I
it's fine.
can't.
Okay,
I
hold on,
literally.
hold on. Since I know both of you guys are big fans, who do you guys think will be a perfect cast if you guys were for Red Dead Redemption? Like, who do you guys think should play?
Oh, I drove.
Daddy
Pedro Pascal, Ozzy Isaac.
I was like, yeah, Pedro, Oscar, bro.
To play Arthur. Oh, that's a good one. To play
Dude.
Arthur, I could see Timothy Olyphant playing Arthur.
Ooh, that's pretty good.
Dude, and like again, once you like see Arthur's character, have you played Red Dead? You haven't, right? Once you see Arthur, you can see Timothy Olyphant. Probably not. He needs to be a little bit like more like
A little bigger.
a little bit bigger. Like even if Tom Hardy,
like
can pull
bulk bigger or fat bigger?
like Tom Hardy big. No. Like you know, like Timothy Olyphant's like skinny, but like so like really like
Yeah.
You need like a little bit more of that.
Okay.
So like if Timothy Olyphant had Chris Evans' body, not like
so
not like
bulk
Yeah,
Super
yeah.
Soldier or Super Soldier?
You have to have the serum.
But Timothy
You have to
Olyphant
have
would
the
be
serum.
Timothy Olyphant would be great for that.
Like Starvin' Marvin.
Christian Bale for everything. Fuck it. No, dude,
Yeah,
honestly,
depending what Christian Bale movie.
like that game is it's the greatest. It's a fun fucking game. It's a really good
You
game.
were
The
gonna say
storyline's really good.
greatest. He was gonna say
Honestly, it
greatest.
is one of my favorite games of all time. It really is. I mean,
yeah?
tell me if I'm wrong.
I heard spoilers alert. Is it part 2 is prequel for part 1, right?
Yeah. So everything happens before the actual first game, and it leads to the first game, which is even cooler.
So I have to play the first game too.
No, you got to play the second game, and then if you want to play the first game, you can, but you don't have to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because
Dude,
like my favorite game ever is
Arthur-
like Fallout 3.
Arthur has the best character
I'm
arc.
complete opposite of Western. I'm going like sci-fi.
I'll leave
straight
it this. Arthur is the main character in this game, and the whole time you're fighting, like there's like a bar that tells you like if you're good or bad, and you're fighting that bar, and you'll find yourself
Yeah,
fighting
that's
that bar.
Fallout.
You're fighting the bar of good and bad. Like the more the narrative goes into it, and I feel like it forced me to be better at something than not.
Yeah, no, I mean
It's a good game.
That's definitely like goes into like Knights of the Old Republic, the old Star Wars game. You know, you have your morality bar.
story.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. And the story could be good, but I always like save it. So I literally play like a one side or the other completely to the end before the last mission. And then I save the game and then I play the game again the exact opposite. And then I save it at the same point.
Yeah.
That's how I play morality games.
Yeah, I think there's the whole thing about what Henry Cavill he's doing. I forgot what he's doing.
The Witcher?
No, it was
He's doing a Warhammer.
yeah, that's
Yeah, he's doing Warhammer.
the Warhammer one. So if you feel like it was heading that direction, do you think Fallout will be good too? I feel like Redemption.
Well, there's a Fallout TV show coming out, and there was a bunch of leaks and apparently the community liked what the leaks were, but I don't know. I haven't watched them personally because I don't give a shit about leaks or anything because I try not to do any of that. So, but yeah, apparently there's a whole Fallout TV show coming out that's good as fuck. So,
Wait.
Rob, do you play video games?
I do, but I don't find my like.
Rob's like, no, I have sex.
I like to.
I like
Fucking nerds,
girls.
bad bitches.
I like girls.
Why didn't tell you my list?
I'm very specific with what video games I play. So like, I'm the more like pick it up and play when I can versus like it's hard for me to get invested in a video game.
So you like
So like
puzzle
2K,
games?
FIFA kind of thing, or
Yeah, it was like you like puzzle or sports games because those are like the two aspects of the fuck around and find out kind of.
I like the story games, but it's so like the Tomb Raider puzzle games for me were like that was my shit for a hot minute.
Okay.
And then the story games like the new Harry Potter, that shit fire because I could pick it up, I could play it when I want, and like it's not. If I want to play it for 20 minutes, I can play it for 20 minutes, or I can play it for a couple
Yeah, no
hours
big
kind of
deal.
deal. Yeah. The battle.
you will love Red Dead. I'm telling you right now, Red Dead 2 is fucking awesome.
I have to check it out.
Damn it, Nathan.
That was 100% on G.
It's not Nathan's fault.
Yeah. So, do you play PC or console more?
Console all day.
Okay. Do you have a Steam by any chance?
I don't.
Well, they sell this.
I have all of them.
Well, they sell it. I think it's on the PlayStation Game Store.
I haven't
But
had sex ever.
Stop, Nathan. You need to stop.
but yeah, definitely check out the game
That's
Inscription.
not my bit.
Okay.
Inscription is probably the best game that came out last year that nobody plays.
Did you like GTA 5?
No, I'm still stuck on San Andreas, to be honest.
San Andreas.
Don't change the subject. Don't change the subject.
I'm just,
Yeah,
I'm,
Rob.
just, I'm just trying to see like where like his like games like are at kind of
Yeah,
thing.
so I think it's on the PlayStation Game Store. So pick up Inscription.
Okay.
It's probably the most fun horror. So I would call it a horror puzzle card game.
Okay.
It's super fantastic, dude.
I grew up with like the Super Nintendo. Like I played that shit. I still play that shit every now and then. But
That's fair. I have to sell my 64 that I play all the time.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ah.
the most recent game that I could say that I actually complete was probably the Spider-Man on the PlayStation.
It's so good.
Fire! It was fire.
So good.
Yeah.
It was like GTA meets Spider-Man, and I was like sold.
Yeah, I
take my
kind of
fucking
want
money.
to. I kind of want to replay that game again, but
Have
I
y'all
want to
played
get
Ghost
the
of Tsushima?
milestones.
That's like
Dude,
Red Dead,
that's
but
too
with like
hard.
samurai shit.
Shut the fuck up. That's too hard.
That shit does look hard.
Dude, us non-Asians can't play that game.
You can't
it's
parry. You
act
too
like I know
fucking
samurai shit.
hard.
More than we do.
You look like I'm cutting people up.
I literally stopped playing StarCraft because of you people.
Nathan, let's be fair. If it came down to like,
Ask me, you people. Ask me, you people. Because it's Koreans.
Nah, Korean dudes kill it.
Korean
Dude,
dudes kill,
it's
yeah,
Koreans.
Korean
Dude,
dudes
it's
kill.
so fucking hard.
Yeah.
listen, I'm closer to Red Dead Redemption than I am to Ghost of Fukushima. You are very much.
Oh, no.
Goes to Taiwan.
No, what was it? Sorry, what was
Goes
it?
to
Oh my god!
Singapore.
Oh my god! I feel like such a dick right now.
Tsukushima.
On a month?
I'm not saying Tsukushima, but that's not right.
Ghost of Shoot. Is it? What is it?
Tsushima.
Fuck. No.
Fukushima's fine too.
No, it's not. It definitely.
Ghost of Monterey Park.
We give you that card. You're good. Yeah. Keep going, yeah. Red Dead versus.
Also, Ghost of Fukushima would be a great horror game. I'm just saying, just throwing it out there.
I would piss myself. Holy shit.
But bro, I find the radiation.
These two got me on.
God.
Cut that out. I'm out.
No, I'm not cutting that
Sequel is
out.
Ghost of Chernobyl.
Rip.
Oh my God. Well, I guess with that being said, thank you guys for checking out this week's DVD Extras. Hope you guys have a happy Friday. We will see you next week on Wednesday for episode 110.
So G loves Asian people.
G loves Asian people.
Yeah, same with Chris.
So thank you guys. We'll see you next week. Definitely let us know who you want back on the podcast because season 4 is the season of repeats. So if you guys have a guest that you want back on, definitely let us know. But again, as you guys know, like, comment, subscribe. You know what to do. Follow us, all that bullshit. Let's go. Best of 5 podcast. Let's get us to 100
Subway
subs
sponsor
by
us.
the
I
end
know
of
we
this
talked about
year.
this at the beginning.
Thank you
Subway
guys.
sponsor us.
Have a great day. Thank you, Bessies. Shout out to our special guests. Fuck G, because he's not on the mic.
Asian American Pacific.
Bye, guys. See you next